My bad, y'all. I done ended the live on an accident walking in the house. For my coffee. Oatmeal cookie creamer. I bet that's good in some oatmeal too. Ain't number cream. Like the cream you put in the rice. Yeah. My bad, Alicia. Girl, I done ended the live on an accident. I hate doing virtuals because, girl, I be getting so confused. They say, you want to end it? I'm like, okay. Versus counsel. Yeah. Only black people do it. Take more than what we need. Take more than what we need in creamers, baby. Only black people, honey. You hear me? Take more than what you need, honey. Let me get me some creamers for home, okay? Grab me about 8 of these. Knowing I only need 2, but you know, you gotta get some creamers for your coffee at home. Shit. Hold on, y'all. I'm all over the place this morning. All right. I'm back. And say something for a rainy day, okay? Royal go, you hear me? And is. Let me put these in my pocket and go upstairs to my safe place. On my second cup, okay, Regina? But yeah, y'all, it's, I ain't never seen so much division. You get what I'm saying? I ain't never seen so many black people wake up and want division in my life. And don't mind saying it. You know what I'm saying? Don't mind being verbal about it. Ain't nobody even sneaky about the hate anymore. You know what I'm saying? They just outright put it on the table. Putting the hate on the table, I'm like, God damn. Is that serious? I don't hate nobody. Mm-mm. I don't hate nobody. And I don't want nobody hating either. Don't hate nobody on my behalf. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. Should I be trying to let go of the hate I have for people that hurt me? You get what I'm saying? Like, hurt me in real life, not no virtual app. People that hurt me in real life. You know? Should be crazy to me. But I got a few stories that I want to cover this week. I just pushed everything to the side. We didn't win yesterday at the Super Bowl. But hey, you know, you win some, you lose some. I wasn't crashing out about it. I wasn't about to cry about it. I wasn't crashing out. They comparing you to people. I don't know what they comparing. I don't know what they doing. I know it's a lot of hate going on. Don't say my name. If you say their name for what? What? I don't hate nobody that much. I don't dislike nobody that much. I actually don't dislike anybody. If I wake up and I dislike anything, it's going to be myself. Okay? I'm sick of grown motherfuckers sitting around wanting you to hate somebody because they hate somebody. I'm not. I ain't leaving this earth like that. I understood his message too. Y'all know that the trees, did y'all know that the bushes that was around him was people? I thought that was part of the, you know what I'm saying? I thought he went and got some bushes, some fake bushes and stuff. Those was people, y'all. And that was the message he was spreading right there. We missed that. Kendrick Lamar had a message at the Super Bowl. We missed that. We missed the messages. This is Black History Month. I want to do Malcolm X. I'm going to play Malcolm X. I'm going to do a live on Malcolm X. These people lost their lives so we could be amongst all color people. We can eat with them. We can drink out the same water fountain with them. We can go get the same education. We can go to school with them. And hell, I think they was fighting for the wrong people. Hell, we can't even sit with our black people and break bread and eat. I'm more scared of my own kind than I am the white people. Y'all hear me? I'm not scared of ICE. I'm not scared of the motherfucking president. I'm scared of the black people. Because I've seen how cult-like tongues have been on this app myself. Where we be so mesmerized in a person that if they say something, we do it. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I don't want it. I don't want it. I want to be looked at and viewed as y'all equal. I'm just somebody that likes to get on her. I used to like to pop my shit if necessary, but I like to get on her and cover stories. Because it's so much motherfucking negative in this world. Hell, covering stories is the least of my problems when I'm covering it. You know what I'm saying? Let me do something positive. Let me get away from all this negative, dark shit. I be around talking about people's dead loved ones and people's kids all fucking day. Let me go talk about a kid's story. You know, let me bring awareness about this shit happening. Let me say this. You can't. Because a motherfucker got to hate you in the process. Because a motherfucker got to listen to a wicked witch of the east or the west or the north or the south. From my own people. We are the wicked witches, honey. We are. Casting number bad on motherfuckers. I ain't never seen it. I ain't never seen so much hate. As said, I thought I'd seen everything in my life or dealt with a lot of stuff. But I ain't never seen so much motherfucking hate in my life in a Black History Month than I've seen ever. And I'm trying to understand, like, even watching the little kids down in Alabama in the church. I watch all that shit. And it's like it was almost all for nothing. It is getting worse. It's sad to watch. It's almost like who gonna cast the next stone next. That's what I be sitting here so quiet for. To see who's great cast the next motherfucking negative ass stone at me. Who gonna pray for another downfall at me? I can't even see. You can't even sit in your own house no more without somebody worrying about what you got going on. I don't give a damn. I really just care about living, y'all. Y'all don't even know. Like, for real. There's so much going on around us. Sickness. People dying from pneumonia. I'm in the hospital with Shane because he's having headaches every day. Now I'm over here sick as fuck. Like, I was fine before I went in that hospital. I'm telling him all night, what the fuck? Hey, I was fine. Wearing that mask, I feel horrible. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? What is happening around here? Measles, mumps, rubella, all that coming back. People dying from pneumonia, the flu down here like crazy. People dropping like flies. Like their lives what nothing. And I'm trying to figure out, when did the flu kill so many people? What are they doing to us? I'm trying to watch the world. What the fuck is happening around us in real life? Because this shit's scary for real. You know? It's real life shit going on. Real life shit going on. Why they didn't want that boy to perform at the people trying to stop that man from performing at the Super Bowl. Come on, y'all. You know why? Because of that message. You heard Jazzy. Jazzy said, I didn't understand what he was saying, but I got the message. Because y'all got to think, like I said last night, who going to go mine them farms? Who's going out there in that field picking that corn and them vegetables and shit with them farmers in that heat? It ain't going to be a black person, I'll tell you that. Who's going out there in them tobacco fields? Who's going out there in them tobacco fields? See, it's when the African Americans need to open their eyes and wake up. And the poor whites. And the poor white. Thank you to lovely Lily. And the poor whites. She said Coco hot too. I'm so glad she didn't sing that star effed up banner. Keep us grateful for what you done. What you're about to do. I trust you for covering. We could have been sleeping in our grave, but you kept us, okay? It's so much going on around us. I'm like, who gonna build these new communities? Black people ain't. Did y'all know that? Let me tell y'all something about businesses like that. Did y'all know that when they build these communities, and just say they want the lights put in, light fixtures and stuff, they got to get bids from minority, black people. If they don't got if they don't got a black person that bids on contracting, cleaning or something, even Mexicans, they got to have a minority bid in there. That they won't give them that bid to get the fixtures on the house, the cleaning. Do y'all know that? But I bet they won't. I bet if you didn't ask, y'all would know it. If you got a cleaning company and you put that bid in, they're more likely to get a cleaning company for these new communities. But if it's all white people that's got a bid in, they won't get have a cleaning company. They have to wait. Hey Erica, good morning. They have to wait. Definitely not for the price they want to pay for us, our labor. Yes, they price. You heard me. That's why I said they taking all the immigrants and everybody happy for what? Who going out there? Who y'all think going out there? Because Donald Trump's so nasty, he be ready to put a law out that our sons will have to do it. That 18 and over sons, anybody under 21 or and 25 got to go and do these houses. He's that type of nasty. He's the devil. If the devil didn't know how to pick anybody else, then he's still got a little bit when anybody's sin or steal or anything, cheat. The devil's still working throughout everything and everybody. But baby, he all in Donald Trump. I owe one, and the Mexican will underbid you every time. Yep, the white folks are the franchise owner, and they use the Spanish to do the labor for cheap. I went to owning 8 contracts, just 3 now. You heard me? Jazzy, you heard me? That's like military draft, huh? Thank you, Lady of Faith. We all right. We good. They didn't find no tumors on his brain or nothing. He just been having a headache for too long. But you know they miss that. Sometimes you gotta get second opinions. You hear me? Tell Shane get a second opinion. There's some chemicals though in the air. Yeah, Latasha. That's what it is. Cause y'all taking all the immigrants. Who gonna be here left to work? Hell, y'all got ICE. Hell, people scared to work. And they down there graping them people. Graping. They graping them babies, y'all. It ain't no allegedly. They human trafficking them babies. That's not allegedly. Where them babies? They are human trafficking in our face, y'all. Them people's kids, like they did the last time. And y'all did nothing. We watch kids be trafficked in real time. Where are those kids? But we want to, cause hate and division. We don't want to wake up to see that we seen kids be trafficked in real time. Talk about it. Hell, we watched it. We watched them Mexican ladies when they had them down there the last time in them gates and shit. Like fucking dogs. And their kids was on the other side and they was like crying for them kids. Them mamas was crying for them babies. You don't have to speak Spanish to know what they was crying about. They wanted their kids. What was their kids? These white people running around with these old Mexican babies and shit with their hairs and bows, swearing to act like they adopted these kids. Y'all ain't adopt a damn thing. Y'all ain't adopt a damn thing. It ain't y'all kids. Y'all didn't adopt shit. We watch these kids get taken and snatched from these women and these men. Babies. To the higher ups. To the rich. Even a sacrifice, like Nicki Minaj said. But they gonna want y'all to think Nicki crazy now. They gonna want y'all to think Nicki crazy. Nicki done went over to the other side. She did. She definitely went to the other side. Well, her good crazy ass, but Nicki put it out because that's what he wanted her to put out. Sacrifice of these kids. How they would go over there to Africa. Still after slavery, go over there to Africa and them messed up communities. And take them babies. How they went over there to Africa and them small communities and started putting them viruses in them people. Where them whole villages was dying. One of them got away and got to tell the story. How the white people would come in hazmat suits and, set up tents and act like they coming over to cure them and give them vaccines and shit. And next thing you know, the whole community died. Way over trying to populate. Way over there trying to control population of us. We all got the same skin color. I don't know why the fuck y'all. I don't know why everybody keep trying to separate themselves. We're all Africans. Ethiopian something. But we won't acknowledge it. We won't. Yes, they are stealing these kids. That's why some countries stopped them from adopting them. That's why they started to make for the rich to adopt now. If you notice, they aren't doing as much. Hey, Jenny. Everyone bleeds red. They traffic them babies in our face. They had them people in them cages like dogs. It was so inhumane. This was the first time. Y'all remember? Y'all remember? We got our soldiers are down there supposed to be guarding the border. They down there raping the women and taking their lives. Our soldiers. Y'all just down there to protect the border. But where they don't get to go home to their wives and ain't got women, and those Mexican women try to come across the wall to better their life because, you know, they not treated equal in their country. They don't got that many rights in their country. You know? Just want a better life. Like how sometimes you want to get out of an apartment. You want to get out of the projects and better your life. You want your own home. You know? That's the same way they feel coming over here. They want a better life. But instead of coming across the wall and getting a better life, they down there killing them women on the border after they grape them. Because they don't want them women to be able to tell their story. Or they see them with kids and they snatch the kids. How I'm trying to cross a wall and what y'all taking my kids for? Why y'all separating us? Why y'all separating the mothers from their children? Make it make sense, y'all, at that border. Why? Somebody tell me why the kids are being separated from their parents if it ain't no trafficking. Why is it a mother and a son right now? Right now. Way in another country, but their kids are still here in America. You got the news people all in their face talking about how do you feel about your mother? Well, how the hell y'all think the kids feel? They don't even know how to feel about that. They don't know what's going on. Why are y'all doing stories on these people and not trying to get them back with their children? Pay attention to these news people too that's involved, baby. Pay attention to these news people that are in these children's face doing interviews while their mama, the mama and the brothers is it Venezuela? In Venezuela. Only thing I'm mad about him is the older brother. Because you left your two siblings over here because you wanted to be with your mama. Now you save your brother and your sister by any means necessary. You left them over here to go be with your mama. Because see, as women, we know how to fend for ourselves. Your mama did it all this time. You should have stayed with your siblings. Come on. Can't never stop none of that, Precious. None of the terrorist attacks, Precious. You know? They know about 9/11. They put a blanket over everybody else's eyes. They ain't put no wool over mine. They been knowing about 9/11. Before, look, let me tell y'all something about President Bush, the son. When he came in and started that war, that was because Daddy Bush didn't get to complete the job. That man came right in the White House and finished what his daddy started. His daddy, Papa Bush, didn't get the job done. And his daddy told him that's what he wanted when his son if his son won the president election, to finish what he started. Saddam Hussein then was over. Saddam Hussein was killing his people. But he got to be judged for that. Y'all went over there and blamed them people because of the oil. This oil shit started before the president of Venezuela. Let's talk about it. And this ain't about no politics. This is real shit if you really pay attention to shit. He wanted that oil so bad. They wanted the oil so bad that they lied on that man and said that them men did 9/11 and they did not. That was America. How y'all think them people got to put all them bombs in the buildings? Come on, y'all. It didn't start from the top. That thing came from the bottom. Them World Trade buildings, they had bombs in the basement, in the bottom. How did them people get access to come through the airport? Huh? 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 How do people get to have bombs and shit on the plane? But I'll let y'all say what it is. I don't know. I've been watching this shit for years. Thank God for my father and them making us actually watch TV regardless of what. We had to watch the news and shit. When the news came on, we was glued to the floor. That was the only television we had was one floor model. All we could afford. Bonnie didn't have nothing to do with them, you heard me? It didn't have nothing to do with them people. It was population control, y'all. They lied on Bin Laden and Osama and Saddam. They lied on both of them. They did. It's already printed up. That's why I'm disappointed in Obama. But see, they do an oath to never talk about what's already set in stone. In that book that Donald Trump looked at that's on that White House desk, that big book is already set in stone. Go back and read when Bill Clinton was president. They was talking about 9/11. And it was ignored for a reason. Everything, if y'all go back and really look, it was ignored. They been saying something was going to happen. And they ignored it. As they were supposed to. As they were supposed to. You can't go in them countries and start a career and do all of this. You got to get screened. You got to get screened, and that's if you make it in their countries. You hear me? But anybody can come over here and educate and get flourished. And here we are, born and raised here, and we got to go through hell. You hear me? All these American homeless people, but you can come from all these other countries and get housing and shit. Make this shit make sense, y'all. Wake up. Please. They got hotels. They done bought all hotels and letting the Africans and all them live in them. And all these people died over here from the homeless and people that froze, that's born and raised here. Y'all treating them like animals. Wanting to fill them with fentanyl. To hear the Senate say to fill them up with fentanyl. What? They said this on TV. Do you think we can shoot them all up in fentanyl and put them in jail, not knowing the struggle? People ain't getting their retirement, all the money they done put in. Probably lost their wives or their husbands. Grief-stricken. Caused them to be in the streets. Everybody ain't on drugs that's homeless. Sometimes you lose your way and you just don't know how to get it back. We all done lost our way and got mistreated by our own kind, didn't we? Go live with family and they mistreat you like a dog, don't they? Can't wait for you to leave. Make your life a living hell to where you say, hey, I'd rather be in the streets. Because they taking all their anger and aggression out on you, treating you some kind of way. Family, because they ain't happy. So when you move in their house, you they doormat. They walk all over you. Walk all over you. Treat you like shit. To where people don't want to be treated like shit. These people go to the streets where they free. Where they free. Yeah. It upsets me out. That's why at least I try to get blankets from the Dollar Tree. I tried. Because I understand. But everybody ain't on drugs that's out there in the streets, okay? They not. Hey, 80s. But we won't wake up and see the madness in the separation. They want us to think that we better than the homeless people. We not. Because goddamn, I say, man say, damn near like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, living in your own house sometimes. You like, damn, bills due again. I just paid this shit. You got what, 28 days? If not 28 days, at least 15 days to live free without a bill coming in. And everything with tax on it. Everything got tax on it. Tax at the grocery store. Cable bill got taxes. Your phone bill got taxes. Water bill got taxes. Electric bill got taxes. Like, wait, how much taxes we got to pay? Do y'all ever pay attention to your bill or do you just pay it? Pay attention to your bill when it come in. Don't just pay it. Look at the bill. School tax, this tax. If I'm paying school taxes, why y'all always need donations? Huh? Why y'all always need donations if I know I ain't the only one paying this bill and got school tax? Why y'all need donations? Why ain't the teachers paid? Where is this money going? They want to keep acting like they pay for the school. No, we pay for the school. Y'all better start paying attention. We pay for that school. There ain't no government assistance. We pay for that shit. But we'll let the government tell us anything. We'll let them tell us anything. Pay attention to your bill. So when my kid go to school and I might can't afford that winter coat, I paid for that winter coat. It should be coats up in here. Kids should be able to pick out something. If they on free lunch, they should be able to get seconds without having to pay for it. Because I paid for that shit. We all pay for that shit. We pay for the kids that's on free lunch to get another piece of chicken or another piece of pizza or another hamburger while they deny them. We pay for that shit. Because what the fuck you got to take that school tax off if these kids can't go get a second slice of pizza? They paying for it. We've already paid for it. But hey, I digress, you know. It's just time to wake up. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to your surroundings because it's not what it looks like. Everything around us we paid for with taxes. We don't even know where our tax money go because hell, you don't even get it back. Why do I got to file taxes to get my money back and then you don't even get it back? Somebody charges you. Somebody charges you to get you some of the money that you, and then they always come up with all, you owe this, the penalties, and oh, you got to pay this. Come on, how? Where my money? You make it $600, bring home a $300 check. You got to think about all that money every week, every 2 weeks that they taking out your money. Do you get that back? Why do I got to have kids to get something back? And why can't I make what I make? And how about I make too much? How? That's my money. I go to work every day. I slave for that. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about that. Shit. How you owe this world money for the money you out working hard, working tooth and nail for? How do you owe that? Think about it. For the people to make over, who even came up with that? That you have to pay in for money you make. Does that make sense? She said Roman rule, child. I ain't never heard nothing like it. I ain't never seen nothing so diabolical in this world. We the only place that pay taxes. Donald Trump up there acting like he giving money back to these places. That's ours. IRS been stealing money for years. I still see people saying 40 acres of the mule. Hell, they owe us way more than that. I don't even want the mule no more. You hear me? But they owe us way more than 40 acres in a mule, okay? Just modern day robbery. Hey, Passion. Modern dates, all of this. He done called us apes. He done called Obama apes, and some woman said to the president on Super Bowl Sunday, Lord ain't got no days no more. We ain't, I always heard the saying, give the Lord at least one day. Why, when we could give it to him every day? But on Super Bowl Sunday, the woman said, Mr. Trump gave us a backyard and a pit bull. Okay, JR? Say it again. The woman said, Mr. President, you got the people mad at us because you called the Obama. You got the apes. She said you got the apes angry. The apes. The apes. The apes. She said tax on my own money and charge a penalty on paying. Come on, Passion. Am I lying, Passion? He called us apes. And the woman told Donald Trump yesterday that he said, and he wrote it back. He said, yeah, a lady texted me and said, wrote me a letter saying, I made the apes angry again. The apes. Oh, okay. This is Black History Month. He ain't said a fuck thing. Are y'all paying attention to your surroundings? They up there taking down black sculptures, y'all. They taking down history. I watched them take it down. Was it in Philadelphia, y'all? They took them billboards down. That's been there for years and years and years and years. Because it had ancestral history. Because it had ancestral history. But we ain't protest for that. We allowing them to do this to us. That's why I say black people don't stick together. We don't. We don't stand for fuck thing. I don't want to fight on a fucking app to be number one or nothing. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm watching what the fuck is happening around us, and it ain't good. I'm watching them vanish anything about our history. It's vanishing right before our eyes. Books are being pulled out of libraries, black books. Anything with history of slavery. Anything of Indians is getting taken out of the library. And for years, y'all, we never knew about nothing. If it wasn't taught in the home, tell me who knew Black history. Tell me it was always a black president before Obama. Who knew? Who knew it was black cowboys? I didn't. Who knew? Because I sure didn't. And we sure ain't damn near teaching it in the house now. Are y'all sitting down having a history night? Are we talking about Black history? Because this is the time to do it. Ask your kids, do they know who Malcolm X is or Martin Luther King? Ask this generation of kids, do they know who they are? That's all they know. But let's get to the backstabbing of them. Jesse's good backstabbing ass. Y'all say friends won't. Yeah. Jesse's good backstabbing ass got more credit than Martin Luther King. Because Jesse wanted to be that nigga. Jesse was sit with Martin Luther King and all the other brothers. And taking it back to the white man. Everything that Martin was going to say and do. Because he wanted to be that nigga. One thing about black people in power, baby, it's something about the word power. They take that shit literally. They want to be the main ones. They want to be the number one. I did. Who gives a fuck? Poor Martin didn't have a chance, did he? Martin didn't have a chance sitting in a den of snakes. Sitting in a den of snakes. Can't never come together. Can't. It's sad when you can't talk about what you want to talk about. Like, hell, Don Lemon just went to jail for that, like being a free agent. Like, damn, why we can't say what we want to say? You don't have to like it, but you don't have to listen to me or like me neither. Why would I say gotta be a conversation? That's how Jesse did Martin. Gotta take it back to a crew of people that felt the same way Jesse did and them white men felt, hated him. I don't care what nobody say or talk about. I don't give a fuck. I don't. It's not a round table discussion. But it's a lot of Judases running around here. Then he said with Jesus. Judas sat up there with Jesus, broke bread and everything. And did him in. We watch all these black men, lives gone. For just wanting unity. Kendrick Johnson, poor Kendrick. Young man. All he wanted to do was be good at sports, play sports at school. And when you look at that video, who was with the white boys? His own kind. His own people. Help the white boy unalive him. Let the white boy use him to unalive one of their brothers. That today could have been a leader. Who would ever know though? Y'all see what I'm saying? In that video, it was always the white boy in the black boy's ears in those videos for poor Kendrick Johnson. To take his life or to be a part of it. When the Martin Luther King files came out, Trump was excited to release those and talk about how he was getting his penis sucked by a man. We'll take that any day over the Epstein files where these kids are being trafficked. Where Epstein has a ranch, Zorro, in New Mexico, where he had young girls having babies. Where's those babies? Trafficked. Sent out for rituals. Innocent lives stolen both ways. But they want to redact those. And, President Trump was happy. They was happy talking about the Martin Luther King and the JFK. He was quick to release those, wasn't he? Hell, y'all set JFK up. Y'all set him up with Merlin. Had Merlin full of that dope. Merlin was sucking up everybody. They made Merlin's dreams come true. She was beautiful, but they used her. They used her. They used and abused her. Kept her full of that good cocaine, fresh off the boat. To do sexual favors for judges, politicians, senators, president. So they had Monica Lewinsky. She was another Marilyn Monroe to Bill Clinton because Bill Clinton liked black people. See, JFK liked black people too. He stood for something. The Kennedys wasn't racist. They hated how they liked Negroes. They put their Kennedy curse on them years ago. The Kennedys are still passing away to this day in crazy Final Destination kind of ways. You know what I'm saying? Like Abe Lincoln. That's why he's on that penny. Abe Lincoln's on that penny for a reason. Abe Lincoln really wasn't even white. By the time they found out his real heritage and stuff, it was too late. He was already president. But if you do your history and go back, they was accusing Abe. Because Abe, you had a tint to you, baby. I'm sorry. Abe had a good old tint to him, and baby, there wasn't no suntan beds back in the days, honey. Okay? Abe definitely had a little Negro blood running up through them veins. Somebody somewhere messed with a Negro. Abe heard too would tell it. You heard me? Somebody messed with something that wasn't white, that ran through that blood. And I don't know why people think that DNA don't have a funny way of backtracking. He had that Barack tint. Yeah. Come on, pay attention. Yeah, that's why he's on that penny. It wasn't because he just set the slaves free. He was on that penny. Abe knew he was something. Abe knew. But see, back in them days, secrets were secrets. Secrets were secrets. Secrets are still secrets. Because y'all won't believe if y'all go look it up how many celebrities I mix. Y'all think they white women and they mix. But they ain't looking for a black caster. They're looking for a white girl. This is about as far as white as we're going to get. Y'all remember the movie Queen Tell You a Lot with Halle Berry in it. You couldn't speak that you had Negro blood in you. Mm-hmm. He had that Vin Diesel team. Yeah, Gordo, swear to God. You heard me? Gordo had that, man, look. Everybody think he really put on that penny because he set the slaves. No. Go back and look. If y'all really do some history on Abe Lincoln, y'all gonna see that they was knowing, like, someone was looking for his paperwork to see what his ethnicity was. Yeah, secrets was taken to the grave. Follow me, look up Vin Diesel ethnic background. Y'all make sure y'all follow my boy Gordo Poppy TV over there in Little Africa. Okay? Now all of a sudden they are discontinuing the penny. Think about it. But they gotta change a lot of stuff to take away that good penny. They gotta do a lot of stuff to take away that good copper. And that's why he's facing the opposite way of the other. Yeah, sweethearty. He's the only president on the coin that faces that way. He had Negro blood. And let's not forget which one was it? Had all them black kids by that slave woman. They went over to Oprah's funky ass. Was it Oprah or who they go to? And they ain't trying to put them as part of the estate. Your daddy liked a black woman. He slept with that slave and had kids. Hundreds of kids with the woman. Was it Thomas Jefferson? Which one? Which president was it, y'all? Where the black kids done came on the talk show and said, you know, Thomas Jefferson? Yeah. They're Jeffersons. And the white kids are hating it. They still ain't put them a part of that estate. Them kids said they want to be, black kids said they want to be buried up there on that monumental gravesite. They want to be up there at that monumental gravesite as they should. Y'all blood runs through them. Sorry. He loved it. Man, the history behind all this shit, for real. Kids coming out light skinned down the family tree and all that, man. It's all kind of mixed, man, say. Talking about Black History Month, we was breaded too. The women sleeping with the Negro men. Going to the doctor, aborting the babies. Yeah. So Massa wouldn't find out. He should have kept it in his pants. But this the thing, Latasha. It's how they how they was trying to fight the black kids from, because he had all them kids. He had all them kids with that lady. He loved that lady. Her diary spoke of it. He had a house full of kids with that woman. But you don't hear him talking about that. You don't hear him talking about that. It's Black History Month. I've yet to see anything. They want to talk about Nancy Gunther. Is she alive? Who took her? TMZ said they want $6 million for a ransom. What is other shit going on? Again, what about Lil Jon's son? He don't get no camera time. We ain't wondering why he was running down the street naked. Who was chasing him? But because Nancy's family, Nancy got a good old healthy insurance policy that their asses get greedy for. They all do that. Not all, but most. Hey, Chris. Hey, Marisha. Thank you for being a member for 10 months. They want to they granny, they mama money. Just say what it is. Y'all want to get on her and earn. They getting 16,000 views for Nancy. But we as black people won't come together when we talking about one of our black people's kids missing, unalive, one of these domestic violence. Of the black guy down in Mississippi went and killed his brother, his daddy, his uncle, and then went and raped his 7-year-old cousin and took her life in the past and his brother's life. We ain't talking about that. Why it ain't getting no TV shine? And he said he killed 13 people altogether. We ain't taking it serious. I'm trying to see why this black man again in California named Lonnie got to kill all them black women. And the FBI said, putting up pictures of black women and saying, if y'all know these women, please contact. Said it's been a lot of women that haven't been identified in the killings of Lonnie. And had you go read the comments, they said people was trying to tell the police for years and they overlooked it because they was black women. Why that ain't being televised? That it's black women that haven't been held. The family don't even know. Family probably still think they missing. They been unalive by Lonnie. Said a community of black people even held Lonnie's secrets. So I'm going to post their pictures just in case they're one of y'all loved ones. They could be somebody in this chat right now, loved ones. All them women's pictures that was flashing in my face last night, I was disgusted. But when Jeffrey Dahmer was taking in white women's lives, y'all scrounged for their bones. Y'all searched and y'all televised everything. Y'all didn't leave no stones unturned looking for those white women. Okay? Pay attention to y'all surroundings. She said, I was definitely in a live yesterday with 24K about Nancy, and they were watching a police cruise away and never gave an update. Lola, y'all, they still ain't gave an update, but Nancy's getting 20 to 30 to, man, there's so many views on them channels. They lying. We got an update. 2 sheriff calls was at Nancy's. Goddamn, that's the update? That's the update? The 2 sheriff cars was there on Saturday? Are y'all cool? When we got millions of missing children with all these cameras and shit around that nobody's ever seen again, like getting no coverage. But oh, Nancy got some money. We got to talk about Nancy. Nancy got some money. We don't even know if Nancy's gone. But Nancy get the coverage. Not the black girl that was dismembered. Not her. Not how real mental illness is running rampant. And nobody's talking about that black guy, like I said, that took all them lives in Mississippi. What happened to Trey Reed? Why we sweep that under the rug? Let's talk about Trey Reed not hanging himself in Mississippi. You know? No, we don't want to talk about that no more. That's swept under the rug. See how they sweep us under the rug. Where Donald Trump even came through talking about taking MLK Day and no more Juneteenth. You can never take our history. We need to stop letting them take our history. Have a voice for that. Go start a channel and do that. Get the views up. See, we'll go to watch the Nancy Gumpner and vote. Do y'all think she gone? What about the kids and the people that's gone for real? What about Lupita? Oh, her life don't matter because she's Mexican. I forgot. My bad. What about Lil Jon's son? Oh, he's black. My bad. But we go live all the time because JonBenet Ramsey's dad want to reopen a case where they all up in the Epstein files. Let's talk about it. Oh, y'all want to open that up again. No, let's get to the black kids. What about them? Oh, they're black. They don't matter. I forgot, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They don't matter. It's kids after JonBenet Ramsey who's been raped and gone. They don't get this kind of shine. They don't get this kind of light on them. We got to read that shit from the news. We don't get the CNN. We don't get the Fox News too. Everybody's running Nancy Guthner. Nancy's kids are speaking out. Nancy's kids are speaking out. What? Why is that TV? Why is that TV time? Have they went and sat down with Lil Jon and asked him his thoughts and feelings on what happened to his son? It's a little white girl story I read. Cause I don't care if you white or black. All stories and kids matter, right? She said I had to stop. I had a headache. I feel bad for all these families and their kids I'm missing. Like they can do so much more to find them. Jenny, you know, they deserve the coverage. They deserve the coverage. You know how many people's getting kidnapped? How many children are getting kidnapped? So why is Nancy's life different from these other people's? Why does her life mean more than other people's? When I seen the black man cover Nancy and getting the numbers, I said I had to go down his page and I ain't see a fuck thing about none of ours. I was so disappointed. Then I had to come back to reality. Like, we living in different times. We living in different times. We living in a time where our lives don't matter. The Black Lives Matter lasted for a moment. Trayvon just had an anniversary and I ain't see nobody. I just sat back and waited. They still screaming justice for Trayvon. When his mama took that check. Because I know that's what they do to us. What about Breonna Taylor? What about that black boy up in Ohio that just got snow stuffed in his mouth? The police just stuffed all that dirty ass snow in his mouth. Why that should be running across all screens? That just happened. And the police officer begging him, don't you sue me. Don't you sue us. Y'all beat him and stuffed dirty ass snow in his mouth and y'all beat him to death and tell him he better not sue. Are y'all cool? They went and snatched that man right out his door and beat him to death and stuffed all this snow in his mouth, choking him to death with the snow, stuffing it down his throat. Did y'all not see it? Y'all might need to want to go look at the news and catch that story. On a body cam. Go look at it, Jenny. Look it up real quick. It just happened. Like last Saturday. She said, I live in Ohio. I didn't see that. I know. That's what I'm saying. I know. But that's what should be flashing across the TV. But no. We want to see who took Nancy Guthner out of her house. Hell, we want to know who took a lot of these kids. And I ain't mean no disrespect to Nancy, but we want to know who took a lot of these people. Where's a lot of these children? A lot of people that's being kidnapped. Where are they at? Who took them? Let's cover it all. I mean, it is Black History Month. Let's cover it all. Little white girl. Her story had me so upset. And I'm looking for the coverage. I'm looking for the coverage because it should have been covered. But country bunkins, country bunkins. And I don't mean no disrespect when I said I'm a country bunkin myself. The slums of the country, down there deep in the country. They was incesting, and all the cousins had babies by the uncle and the cousins, and they was trafficking the kids, and every child that was born into the family had a baby by the uncle and the cousins, and all. I was so disturbed I couldn't sleep. Where's the coverage? Who all's kids was trafficked? And she's white. But see, she wasn't Nancy Gumpner white. See what I'm saying? Where's the coverage? They're trafficking kids, incesting, having babies. And where's the little girl? What happened to her? Who killed the uncle that was molesting all the kids? I'll wait. She was, Jenny. She didn't have Nancy Gumpner money, did she, y'all? Because we still 10 days in want to know who took Nancy Gumpner for what? When this kid's going missing every day and y'all are saying nothing. But every day, we want to know who took Nancy Gumpner. But they sending ransoms and all of that. What? What? Poor Siobhan Randall down in Texas got raped, dismembered, and she didn't even have nothing to do with it. That was her auntie's and her auntie's baby daddy shit. Siobhan Randall was innocent. She got caught up in the lifestyle of her uncle and her auntie. Where was her coverage? Hey, Max Boo, thank you. Where's her coverage? Somebody hit me up and said, Lola Marie hit me up and said, why Nancy Grace won't cover Naziah? Why she's covered everybody but Naziah? We still trying to figure it out. Why these people ain't talking about everything and everybody. Because I sure ain't giving Nancy Gumpner no more shine over here. But I challenge the black people that's talking about her. Talk about ours that's missing. I don't care if it's a cold case file. Bring it back. Wake it up. Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm waking these stories up that they try to hide and keep closed and want to close. Again, what made that black boy kill his brother and daddy and uncle and rape his 7-year-old cousin and take her life? What happened? Oh, y'all want to sweep it under the rug as he's challenged. He's got mental illness. Why he take the pastor in his brother's life? Why did he say he really killed 13? I want to hear it. But y'all don't want to talk about it. Y'all don't want to talk about it. London Thomas didn't get no shine, did she, like that? They go to court and this is what they said, and then we just back to normal, back to regular business hours. Janiyah McMichael Rogers ain't getting no coverage. She's missing. Why do they have to have money or their parents gotta got money to get some traction? For what? They once had a heartbeat. They mattered. Here we don't know where Nancy ass is. Who got Nancy? We know it's one of her fucking kids. Wanting some money, wanting Nancy's ass to die off early to get that money. They ass couldn't wait because they got gambling debts and some more shit. So we gonna cover that every day. Get the fuck out of here. Get up out of here. You can't make this shit up though. I tell you that. I go look, y'all. I bet y'all look in y'all YouTube and pull her name up, and I bet y'all see somebody talking about her, and they talk about her all day. And I bet you it ain't less than 1,000 in the chat while they talking about Nancy. I said, this is Nancy Reagan, because hell, I thought Nancy Reagan been dead for years. Oh, Nan, what? Oh, Nancy got money. Nancy got a little money. Hey, Kentucky. Nancy got a little money, so we can talk about Nancy. Hey, SM. 2 teens been missing from my city, Glendale, Arizona, for a week now. No trace of them, no leads. Only seen on a Ring camera. Not one news article on them. So sad the whole state focused on Nancy. Wow, Michelle, what's their names? What's their names? Michelle said 2 teens missing and from the same place, and they want to keep talking about Nancy. Hey, Pamela. Michelle, what's their names, baby? They need to find... Jenny, you know what they told them? What they tell them? Stop looking. You don't have to look no more. You know, that's what they do with our kids. Stop looking. What? Because y'all didn't find who? Y'all stop looking. Alex Word. Hold on. Who is Alex Word? What happened to Alex Word? I want to do coverage on everything this week. Okay, Grace Patterson. And Melina. Oh, Alexis Ware. That story, Calderon. The Alexis Ware story, you know what? I never touched it because it seemed demonic. It's like so many missing pieces, so many around the corner. Like, I watched it. Other people cover it. Grace Peterson is 15 and Melina is 16. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. I'll mention that on my next live, okay? Alexis case is demonic. It is. It seemed dark. You know, some cases you can look at it and just get a visual and you'll get an uneasy feel about it. Hey, Bella B. What it do, baby? Hey, Vamika. You can kind of feel it and it just don't feel right in your spirit and stuff. And Alexis Ware, it was too much. It was too controversial. Like the Kanika Jenkins. I don't know. That's another thing with black people. Everything got to be so contra-freaking-versal. She dabbled in witchcraft. Yeah, everything got to be so controversial. Only one person can cover it. Nobody else can cover it. And you're not right versus why we can't just try to figure out what happened to it together. Like, y'all, we ain't got to be together on a panel or nothing. But why can't everybody go their own way and figure out what happened in their own way? Why is it got to be you the only one can touch it? You know what I'm saying? And that's like that with the Naziah thing. Like, that should be so weird to me. Like, somebody lost their life, but we fighting about who covered it, who could do better, who's better at it. Like, dang, somebody dead. Like, why we ain't looking at somebody dead? A kid is dead. A kid is gone. Like, and me even saying this is going to be a problem. Like, I'm over it. It always gives me chills. Yeah, the way I seen it and sat back and watched it, it was too many twists and turns and too many people involved and friends not sounding right and shit. She said the more the better to save them. Lady Divine. I ain't got time somebody. I ain't covered that one. So y'all can Lady Divine and everybody else. Y'all keep it over there. I don't want it. I want a part. You gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them. You know, you just do. You gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Or who said it first? Yes, man. I'm sick of hearing that. I don't want to hear the first of the month. I don't even like saying the first of the month no more. Shit. I don't want to do nothing first. I don't. I don't want to do nothing first. I don't. Let me be last. Let me be last. Please let me be last, Jesus. Please, I'm asking God. I don't want to be first at nothing. I don't want to be first at nothing. What we do over here, I want to keep it to myself. You know what I'm saying? Unless I cover it on my channel. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Unless I do a live on it. I don't want to be first at nothing. I don't want to do. I ain't did nothing, y'all. I don't do shit. Let me say that. I don't do shit. Let me say that. Put that in the air. I don't do shit. Everybody better. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I do want to cover some stories over here. Wednesday, I'm gonna do Lapita, but I'm gonna have to go on and do my cause I don't want my Black History Month to be bad, but I'm gonna go on and do the Hurricane Katrina live on Wednesday to bring back a little Black History Month to show because it wasn't only Black people affected. But if you wasn't higher class, you wasn't protected, you wasn't helped for Katrina. And it is still families separated because of Katrina, Hurricane Katrina, and the warnings that the city had of the levees and more stuff. And did the levees really break down, or did bombs was set at the levees? Because it's a lot of stuff with that. But it was definitely bombs down at the levees, and that's not allegedly. Those levees didn't break. They didn't crack. But again, they feel like they can tell the Black people anything and we'll believe it. You get what I'm saying? Those levees definitely didn't break or crack. So I want to talk about Hurricane Katrina. And then the week after that, I want to do, y'all send me what y'all want me to talk about Black history for Black History Month. If it's something that really stands to y'all, I do want to talk about the city under the water. I do. It's a city under the water. It once was a blissful Black community that flourished, that is now underwater. It is under a river. Why did I just find out the CIA was stalking MLK and people believe they were a part of his death? The white girl on YouTube covered that. Lola, girl, yes, that's old. That's why I said about Jesse Jackson was a part of that. They sat in that man's face, getting everything that he was ready to do and where he was going, and they stabbed that man in the back. Hey, Yana Queen. They didn't want Martin to talk. Who's this Negro think he is, trying to bring us all together, want his people to drink out of our water fountains and want us to sit in them same seats that they sitting? We was looked at as a disease. Black people was looked at as a disease. They were talking about the levees before Katrina. Let's go, Andrea. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just helped my first grader with his Black History Project on Sammy Davis Jr. I found out some stuff about him as well that I didn't know. Hey, Yana. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. We got just a little bit left to talk about it. And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. But Katrina's where I wanna start. Then I wanna talk about the city under the water. Hell, look at Rosewood. Black Wall Street, you guys. Because one thing about it, when you come together as black people, we flourish. Ain't nothing they can do about it, right? Who them niggas think they are? Who them Negroes think they are? And don't y'all know the black woman that before she passed away, she was the last living of the Black Wall Street. And she was going to court because where they took everything from them and she lost her case. All them years she fought. But she wrote a book. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. Yeah, we're gonna do that on Wednesday. We're gonna do that on Wednesday. But salute y'all. I gotta come back. I'm doing at 2:00. I titled it "The Pain Behind Her Eyes" because Kim Porter had a story to tell. I wonder what all Kim Porter really knew about Diddy. And I want to know the power that he possessed over her and all these other witnesses too. Because Diddy's no better than Trump and Epstein. Black, white, it doesn't matter. A monster's a monster. And we're going to talk about it. And I know she had a lot of pain behind her eyes, and the way he took her out was crazy. But I'll see you guys back at 2. Salute everybody and happy Black History Month, okay?